2, 3, 4. Mike and John got it going on. Mike and John got it going on.
Hey there.
Hey.
It's Friday, February 3rd. And God, is it cold outside.
It's a bit chilly.
I think my thermometer on the car said 3 degrees in your driveway. So could you get a heated driveway for
We'll
or a
work
heated
on that.
carpool or
Yeah,
a
yeah,
car port?
Yeah.
And then what they call those carports?
We'll, we'll get a new sponsor. Carports are us.
Bob's Carports?
Yeah, Pop's Carports. Or Frank's Heated Driveways.
Something like that.
And,
so if you're out there, we want to hear from you.
Sure.
It's Mike Marino, John King, and Mike and John got it going on, and there could be a big throwdown. I know this hasn't made the news yet. Puxatawny Phil and Howell's own Woody the Woodchuck
they
are in disagreement.
Yeah.
But we will point out, Woody has been right 75% of the time, I think it is.
Our rat
Yes.
is better than your rat.
That's right. So I think Puxatawny Phil is, about 43% or something like that, maybe 50% at tops. Right. But Woody the Woodchuck has been pretty consistent with picking, and Woody said it's going to be an earlier spring. Right,
so I like that prediction.
We like that one better.
Yeah, and that's how we roll. I just pick the better prediction.
The older
this
we
is the
get,
one
the
I
more
like.
we want it.
Yeah. So.
All right, so we've got details on that coming up. Also, on Valentine's Day, big things happening here on Mike and John Got It Going On.
Indeed.
We are giving away $500 for Valentine's Day. Details are coming up.
For those folks who live stream with us.
Yes, it's a live stream only event.
Like you folks now.
You who are here with us at this early hour.
But you got to come back on the 14th.
Yeah, we'll be here too for that.
Right. Yeah.
February 14th.
$500.
$500 Valentine's Day money. So be listening for more details on that, and be on social media too for more details. Thanks to Austin for getting our new logo up on the website too.
And looks sharp.
And Nicole for taking care of the design and sharpness. Want to do news?
People last night, by the way, before we get to news, I hosted that panel discussion last night at the Howell Theater for the Diversity Council. And several people asked about the logo. They said, I see your logo changed. It looks really good. They said, so why'd you change it?
We kind of had to.
Well, I said, corporate BS.
Okay.
I go, the lawyers. Anyway. But
they have them, we don't.
So if you're a lawyer
and would like to heat our driveway,
and you install heated driveways or carports, give us a call. It was unanimous. People were like, the logo looks really sharp. Like it.
All right. So we appreciate that. We'll get into more on the show with Bonnie Runyan, Torch 180, our 2-cent history lesson, and we'll find out if we got a winner in last night's trivia. But first, a look at local news, brought to you by Cooper and Binkley Jewelers in downtown Brighton.
All right, here's what's going on. It's a story you're only going to hear on Gigo News this morning. Following a meeting of Brighton's Downtown Development Authority, the Brighton City Council reviewed the estimated budget and proposals for the Brighton Streetscape project, with current projections substantially over budget. The proposed project aims to replace all curb and gutter, redesign sidewalks for ADA compliance, install a storm sewer system, replace all water mains, and rehabilitate the roadways. Active construction began January 9th. The project is slated to be completed by November. For downtown business owners, though, the proposed improvements to the mill pond were the most important. As a result, the council was quick to decide that although modification was necessary because the bids were over what they had been budgeted, the additional $680,000 would be kicked in from general funds in order for the mill pond upgrades to remain intact. That was approved by a vote of 5-2. Councilmember Renee Pettengill and Mayor Pro Tem Jim Bone voting in opposition. An Oakland County woman accused of posing as a board-certified therapist at the Oxford Recovery Center in Brighton will stand trial on numerous charges for the unauthorized practice of a health profession and identity theft. Authorities allege Kimberly Kaysen Kodendiskin falsely represented herself as a board-certified behavioral analyst and used false credentials to treat highly vulnerable children diagnosed with autism and work with their parents. In 2018, Kodendiskin Coden Diskin obtained employment at the Oxford Recovery Center in Brighton, although she was never licensed by the state of Michigan and was utilizing the certification number of another state-certified individual. Coden Diskin's also charged separately with one count of witness intimidation for her alleged communications with a witness in the original case. A lawmaker whose district represents a portion of Livingston County has introduced a bill designed to prevent Michiganders from facing housing discrimination based on their source of income. 48th District Democratic State Representative Jennifer Conlon introduced House Bill 4062 on Wednesday. The legislation defines a source of income as including benefits or subsidy programs, including housing assistance, public assistance, emergency rental assistance, veterans benefits, Social Security, supplemental security income, or other retirement programs. The bill was referred to the House Judiciary Committee for further review. And former Brighton High School hockey coach Paul Muggeth has been awarded the 2023 John Mariucci Award by the American Hockey Coaches Association. Brighton won 10 regional championships under Muggeth's watch after winning 3 when he was an assistant coach to Rick Bourbonnais. The Bulldogs also won 5 Division I state championships and 15 league championships. No coach in Livingston County has won as many state championships. Muggeth, who retired in 2020, was inducted into the Michigan High School Hockey Coaches Association Hall of Fame back in 2012. The Mariucci Award honors a secondary school association coach who best exemplifies the spirit, dedication, and enthusiasm of the godfather of U.S. hockey, John Mariucci. And that's what's going on.
And news brought to you by Cooper and Binkley Jewelers in downtown Brighton. Their Valentine's Day contest, their greatest Valentine's love story, is underway. There's still time for you to enter. Go to their Facebook page. Tell your love story about how you and your mate became mates.
Well, not that story.
Became.
How you met. And,
True.
And
decided to get married.
And vowed to spend your lives together.
Yes.
Yes.
The winner will receive a $300 Cooper and Binkley gift card, romantic dinner for 2 at Brighton Bar and Grill, a gift card and basket from Revive Wax and Beauty Bar, a Valentine bouquet from Art in Bloom, and a gift card from Hush Intimate Apparel. Post your story and a photo on their Facebook page, Cooper and Binkley Jewelers. And you got to do that before the 14th, so deadline is the 13th. 14th, Cooper and Binkley Jewelers will announce their winner. Right. They've been doing this for, I think, 11 or 12 years now. So get in on the greatest love story contest with Cooper and Binkley Jewelers
and always
in
some
downtown Brighton.
Interesting stories that, you see profiled of how people met and fell in love.
You haven't told your story.
I think I have.
Have you?
Yeah.
Met
at a volleyball game.
game.
My landlord was a coworker of my wife, my eventual wife.
Yes.
And her and her sister, this landlord and her sister they considered themselves to be matchmakers.
That's right.
And they had a little contest.
This was pre-Match.com.
Yeah, exactly.
It was Monroe couples.
And she kept, oh, you want to come to this volleyball game? I'm like, I don't want to come to your volleyball game.
John was like, I hate volleyball.
Yeah, I'm like,
next thing I know, he comes into the studio wearing knee pads and his new volleyball shoes, ready to spike it.
Do you need an announcer? I'll come announce the game.
Sure.
But she eventually convinced me to come, and I'm glad she did. I met my wife, and there you go. So.
See, now, that wasn't told very romantically.
No, that's why
you might
I'm
have
not going to win.
No, but
yeah,
you can do so on Cooper and Binkley's Facebook page for their greatest love story contest again this year. Coming up a little bit later on, we'll talk to the great Bonnie Runyan. She's probably got a great love story to tell. We'll draw our winner for this week's lunch at the Torch 180. And in last night's trivia contest, brought to you by Tanya Zirkle with Remax Platinum, whose motto is comfort is the key to home. You can find Tanya online. It's soldbytanyaz.com.
right.
The question, 90% of people surveyed,
People.
90% of them
Yeah.
said they have been embarrassed in public by this.
Ooh.
We want to know what it is.
Now, I see a lot of people in public that should be embarrassed by things but aren't.
Well, some people it takes a little bit more to be embarrassed. Others, it's little things that they get embarrassed about.
I suppose.
Of course, the behavior of children is a pretty popular guess, pretty popular answer. But not all the people surveyed had kids. So that kind of comes out of the equation. Talking loudly in a noisy restaurant, and all of a sudden it becomes quiet,
Right.
said Lisa. That's a great guess.
Christine said slipping and falling. And if you do it right, I meant to do that.
Or
Yeah.
you look around to see.
Well, actually, you're right. That's really what you do.
It's kind of like, all right,
Okay.
how many people?
Yeah.
How many people saw that? How graceful are you? Yeah, not very.
Great Scott grossed us out. Basically talking about a bear in the cave. Booger in the nose.
Yeah, that can be embarrassing, especially if you were having a conversation.
Right. And then later you look in the mirror and you're like,
oh boy. Yeah.
That's not good. Maybe they didn't see it. And you're like, and then you
kind of like when you fell.
And they're shying away from you and they're like, no, I guess they saw it.
Ring around the collar.
Do I have them? Okay.
Something stuck in their teeth. Yeah, that to me is a distractant. Like if I'm talking to somebody and you see something in their teeth, you're like, I'm not even listening. I'm too zoned in. I'm focused in.
Is that spinach? Is that what?
Is that like a piece of burger?
Is that what the?
Whatever you were eating, you probably shouldn't have had that. Is that a hair?
And then maybe you start to see if they will pick up on it, and they don't. Then they're like, "What are you sucking out of your teeth?"
Child throwing a fit. That was a pretty popular answer. This one, either forget your wallet, or you get to pay and you don't have enough money. Or how about the credit card getting declined?
Right.
Because I've had that happen when my wife was traveling, and I'd be like at Meijer or something, and you go to put the card in, and it's like, why am I getting declined? Well, she's 6 states over and is putting stuff on her credit card.
And as inconvenient as that is, at least it's understandable.
Sure.
I actually got declined on a card once because I got gas. And this is true. I got gas in Brighton, and then I went to Kroger in Howell. Same day.
Yeah, they thought you were.
And they cut me off at Kroger. I called and they're, the customer service or whatever. And the woman who had no idea where Brighton or Howell, she was like, well, you just bought something in Brighton and then there's another charge in Howell. I'm like, you realize how close those it's the same county. Huh?
Yeah. Their partner's behavior or their mate was somewhat popular, I guess, amongst those. And we've probably all embarrassed our spouse. Well, at least we've probably embarrassed ours.
Probably.
Yeah, you've probably embarrassed.
We do this show 5 days a week. That's embarrassing.
They don't tell anybody.
Well, no. PDAs. Mary said PDAs, and then she came through with a definition. Public display of attention.
Yes.
Now it's usually public.
You know what? If you're doing that,
you
probably don't get embarrassed.
Right.
You probably don't care. You're like, hey, look at me.
Right. Now, when you're in eighth grade, and you can actually get someone to kiss you in the hallway without,
bribing
being
them.
brought up on charges.
Nowadays, yeah.
Yeah. So,
let's see. Missing.
Elizabeth said bad breath. And that'll,
Yeah. But you probably don't know that you have it.
Well, but maybe by the look on their face, they're like,
whoa.
So.
I like this one. Nancy said, missing their mouth with food or drink.
Yeah.
You get that dribble. Maybe by the time I get back to the office, that'll dry.
Bit of a drinking problem there.
So none of those right. We did. I think we got one or two that
came close. Maybe
did get it.
Did
get it. It was having your stomach growl loudly. In public. This the other night, we're sitting on the couch and mine's going. And my wife's like, "You all right over there?" But some people can be embarrassed by that. It's like, well, it's lunchtime. So that was the answer last night. 90% of people saying they've been embarrassed in public by their stomach growling loudly. So congratulations to, I think it was Pamela and a couple other people that got that correct. In the 2-cent history lesson, we'll get to that in just a few minutes. Want to thank our friends at Firehouse Doors for being our OG sponsor. And starting after we get back, right around Valentine's Day, when we're giving away that $500, Firehouse Doors will sponsor trivia.
Yes.
So we want to thank Tanya Zirkle for her sponsorship and support of Trivia Online.
But, yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Tanya. And
Firehouse Doors will move into that spot.
And coming soon, we'll be announcing our new show sponsor.
All right.
So, we're doing a little juggle. So we're going to have a new show sponsor here.
But strategic maneuvering.
Yes,
John.
after much, though, contractual negotiations, though.
Stomach growling and everything else.
Firehouse Doors will always be the OG sponsor.
Yes.
They had their lawyers contact ours.
And we don't have a lawyer, so they just talked to us.
Right.
We said,
So
okay.
we worked that out, yes. They'll always be the OG sponsor.
This was an interesting story that came across the wire last night. New Mexico state senator wants New Mexico to become the first state to have an official state aroma.
Really?
You know how states have their birds, their rocks, their flowers, and whatnot. This guy wants New Mexico to have its own state aroma. And he is suggesting roasted chili peppers.
Oh, okay.
As this is the aroma of New Mexico. So
Now, what would Colorado's aroma be?
Probably something hempish.
Little Rocky Mountain High, if you
It
will?
could be.
Yeah.
It could be. But then I got to thinking, what would Michigan's be? What would the aroma
Now,
for the state of Michigan
for the
be?
whole state, we're a pretty
Yeah.
diverse state. I mean, you've got different areas and different, regional.
Right, you got your region.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, because, maybe in the more rural areas, you may smell farmish.
You
Like
smell
manure.
farmish. You smell farmish.
And then you have that inner city smell, like when you walk by the sewers and there's that smell and the steam coming up for bigger cities like Detroit.
Right. I mean,
So maybe they could go citywide, by city, the smell.
but what's the smell overall?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Now, you would think of food smell. I mean,
Well-
the New Mexico guy said chili peppers, roasted chili peppers.
My first thought was Coney Island.
Right. That's where I'm going.
Like chili and onions.
We're thinking alike here.
Or
Yeah.
pizzas. We're pretty known for pizza here
Right.
too.
Well, there's obviously Little Caesars
and-
started
and-
here, but then there's the
and
Detroit
Buddies.
style pizza.
Yeah. So you have that, but I'm thinking Coney Islands, because when you go somewhere else, like I'm going to Arizona this weekend, there's a very few Coney Islands.
Right.
There's hot dog places, or places that attempt to do a Coney Island. But thinking Michigan-wise, maybe that would be our thing.
Maybe folks could chime in.
Sure.
Call us on the Gigo line, 517-525-9052.
That's our new phone number.
Hey, that's our Gigo line.
Yes. And during the live stream, you're going to want that number.
Well, yeah, you are.
Because
On the
on
14th,
Valentine's
yeah.
Day, we're going to give you a chance to win Valentine's money. We're giving away $500
Right.
$500 for Valentine's.
You could also chime in on our live chat on YouTube. And if you haven't already, go to mikeandjohnpodcast.com. You'll see a pop-up window that will take you right to our YouTube channel, and you can subscribe right there. And then open up the live stream, and you can comment.
There you
it's
go.
It's amazing.
It's just simple kind
It's
of stuff
amazing!
that I don't know how to do. All right. So that's what's going on there. We have our 2 cent history lesson coming up in just a little bit. Today, by the way, the day after Groundhog Day.
Right.
Now, I saw online and I heard many a people saying Groundhog's Day.
You know how the people are.
Some people, Groundhog's Day, and it's just Groundhog Day.
Right.
It's like when people say Fords and Myers. No, it's Groundhog Day. It's not like a bunch of groundhogs are getting together having a party. All right, I'm off my soapbox.
Okay, you're okay.
I'm okay.
Maybe-
I'm okay now.
Okay, but I understand. I get what you're saying.
Let's talk about Firehouse Doors.
Are people chiming in on our?
No, this is
Oh.
just some guy who wants to buy equipment off me.
Okay, maybe we should talk to him.
Fitness stuff. All right. So Firehouse Doors, our OG.
Yes.
We want to let them know that we appreciate them being with us from the get-go. We've been going for almost a year. I think we started officially doing the podcast right after Valentine's Day last year.
I believe you are correct.
Because we were at the the party that the Torch 180.
It was their gala, their first annual gala, which, by the way, their second annual gala is coming up April 13th.
They should get some good MCs for that, don't you think?
Well, they did.
Who's that, John?
And they dropped out. So we're just going to do it
So we're
instead.
gonna take over.
But
Okay.
yes, but Firehouse Doors, they've been serving Livingston County
Yes,
for
they
25 years. And of course, earlier this week, we gave away $500 in Visa gift cards courtesy of Firehouse Doors. And they've got some more gifts coming your way, so pay attention to that.
For their anniversary.
Right. Family owned. They strive to treat each customer like family. I am a customer, and I can tell you get top-notch service. And their reputation is really just number one for anybody that has used them in the past. Very responsive to customer needs. Of course, Firehouse Doors. Okay. Give them a call, 810-599-7480.
Sorry, that's
All right.
a little loud.
Yeah. Hello?
Hello. I began to think somebody had already gone to Florida.
No, not yet.
We would never do that.
Yeah.
Of course, talking to the great Bonnie Runyan, the Harry S. Truman of Livingston County.
You know, we were talking about the contest that Cooper and Binkley's having for the greatest love story. Can you tell us how you met your husband?
I met my husband on roller skates.
Really?
Were you both on roller skates?
No. Actually, I'm lying to you. The first time that I knew that Bob Runyan was in the world was in the 7th grade.
Yeah.
We were on a bus going to a basketball game. And for some reason, because I never did this, I was in the back seat of the bus with my girlfriends.
Yeah.
And you get horsing around. My hand flew forward, and this guy turned around and said, "You nasty girl, get your fingers out of my DA."
Wow.
And I
Bob
thought-
had a DA?
Holy crap, what did I do? What did I do?
This is not the conversation I expected to have.
And I started dating him in the summer before the 10th grade. And
So you met him in 7th grade indirectly on the bus when you got your fingers in his DA. And for those that don't know what a DA is, that was the 50s ducktail, right?
Yep.
All right. So was it a good ducktail?
Oh, he was, anything he had was good.
Oh,
Wow.
all right. But from that confrontation bloomed love.
Yes.
Yeah. So how did the roller skates come into this?
Well, because that's where Heartland had this beautiful roller skating ring with a couple that loved to roller skate, and they always ran it. It was always Friday night unless there was a basketball game.
Yeah.
The building is there. Then it was Saturday night. But they had couples where you would dance. I mean, you would roller skate around, the whistle would blow,
Yep.
and the boy would go up to the next
Hey,
girl.
Want
Right.
to skate?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
They're playing Hot Child in the City. Want to skate? Okay, that was more our time.
Yeah.
So Hot Child in the City was a hot roller skating tune when I was a kid.
Right.
So
All right. Well, maybe you should enter Cooper and Binkley's contest.
You know what? I should, but he left me for Jesus.
I know, but still, it's a great story.
Well, don't tempt me, guys.
And
You know, we were asking about what the smell of Michigan would be. There's a New Mexico legislator who wants to have an official aroma for
the
that
state of New Mexico,
He
yeah.
was talking roasted chili peppers, which, okay. So we were wondering what aroma might Michigan have, and we talked about a Coney Island smell. Tammy from Fenton texted in on the Giggle line and said, the smell of Mackinac Island fudge.
Oh, I didn't even think of that.
And then she put in quotations, or road fudge, if you're on Mackinac Island. It's a different smell.
No, but everybody in Michigan, we know Mackinac Island fudge,
Right.
right? So that's
Yes.
not a bad suggestion.
No.
How about you? What do you think, Bonnie?
What do I think? Well, growing up milking cows,
Oh, boy.
you know the rest of the story.
So more like the road fudge.
Cow pie.
So, okay.
No, I don't know. That wouldn't be like bragging rights.
I don't
Come
think-
to Michigan, home of cow
Yeah,
pie.
I don't think the Chamber of Commerce is going to go for
No.
that one. But all right, interesting.
Well, Bonnie, listen, we're off next week, and then we'll be back on Valentine's Day, so we'll talk to you the Friday after Valentine's Day.
Travel safe, be blessed, and know that you're appreciated.
All right.
Well, you as well. Thank you so much, Bonnie.
All right.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Thanks
Bye-bye.
to great Bonnie Runyan joining us as always on Fridays. And I think I didn't think of Mackinac Island fudge. That
was a great suggestion from Tammy.
Well, if you go downtown to Heart of Michigan, there's probably some idea sparks there.
Right.
'Cause you've got potato chips and
Better Made, or if you think of Faygo, Red Pop.
Stroh's.
I mean,
No.
yeah. That's not a smell
One smell leads to another, and Stroh's didn't start good, so
No. Didn't get any better.
after. So the Super Bowl is coming up too, a week from this weekend, and
I was wondering, right, I guess because just the other day, or yesterday, I was like, is the Super Bowl this Sunday or is it next
no,
Sunday?
because they have the Pro Bowl in which
right.
they're playing flag football.
Right. And
Which
you're right.
I think it's probably a good idea so people don't get hurt.
Well,
but-
you know who may be in the announcer booth for the Super Bowl?
You?
Well, yeah, clearly not. Tom Brady, who retired again. I think this time for good.
Well, it wouldn't surprise me if he is.
But here's the thing.
well, yeah, he is going. That he didn't he sign a deal?
yeah, $370 million deal with Fox.
So yeah, I guess he is.
And they're going to get their money as soon as they can get in the booth.
Hop in.
You know?
Yeah.
But so I was like, but I was thinking about him retiring yesterday and again. And I'm like, you announced you were retiring before, and then you went back and came back for another season
Within
with
3
Tampa
months,
Bay.
right.
And that was at least the stated reason why you and Giselle broke up, and then you didn't really do anything with the Buccaneers. And now you're retiring, so
It might have been a regret.
and now you don't have Giselle. So
I think Tom's going to be okay.
You think so?
There may be another girl for him along the way.
Tom, if you need help being hooked up, give us a call. Giggle
Yeah,
line
we'll be-
517
We'll be your wingman anytime.
525-9052. Yeah, his wingman.
Yeah, we'll help you out. You need a little help
like-
with the ladies.
Thanks, fellas.
Yeah.
You just go over there. Please.
So with the Super Bowl, the halftime announcements have been made on who's going to play and the national anthem and whatnot. But there's a petition that's going out to have the Kelsey brothers' mom do the coin toss. Now, the odd thing about this is, like, who's the Kelsey brothers, for those that don't follow football? There's one of the sons, Jason. Jason Kelsey plays for the Eagles, and Travis plays for the Chiefs. So why not have the mom toss the coin? And what section does she sit in?
Well,
She's-
she should have good sense.
Hooray, I'm for the other team.
You would think. But there was a situation, wasn't it last Super Bowl or the Super Bowl before where there was a mom who had a player on each
don't know.
team? I thought that had occurred previously.
Was it a
too.
barber?
You know?
Maybe one of the Barber brothers?
Yeah, I forgot where.
I
but,
forget what it was.
Yeah, but that's a tough call for a
There's
mom.
a petition going out. They've received over 25,000 signatures, but of course the NFL has the last say on who's tossing that coin.
Well,
You can get your bets in on DraftKings.
sure
Who's
you
going to
can.
toss?
Oh,
that
you think they don't have it up there?
I'm sure.
I'm gonna take a look.
On whether or not she's going to get the call to toss.
Yeah.
I don't know.
DraftKings
Well, one of those betting services, Caesars
Coin.
or whatever.
toss. Oh, I guarantee you they've got something. Okay.
How much we want to put on
I
it?
can't type. It came out Franklin County. I'm like, what?
Franklin County for the Kings brothers or Kings
Draft
Kings, not Kings Island.
coin toss. Fat finger syndrome. Featured coin toss, betting and odds. I don't want your
That's just on if it's going to be heads or tails, but does it have anything?
Oh, right.
Who's going to
yeah,
toss the
you're
coin?
Right, you're right. Okay.
Because you know they're betting on that, and will the ball be fully inflated? That would be something. If I'm in the broadcast booth, if Tom Brady's there and I'm talking to him, I'm going to say, okay, let's talk about Inflategate. Remember when that was such a big deal?
Yeah.
I would ask him, now that you're done, supposedly.
Did it really happen? Although
was the ball a little softer or wasn't it? Was it an underinflated ball or not?
Right. But Robert Kraft, the owner of the Patriots, I just heard this morning, actually, he wants Tom Brady to come back and sign a one-day deal with the Patriots so he'll officially retire as a New England Patriot. And he said, we'll do whatever it takes to make that happen.
Cheese for life.
And
Mac
I'm
and
sure
cheese.
Brady's like, oh, you will you? Well, I'd like to have this. Welcome to Brady Stadium.
Yeah, there you go. The Brady booth.
The Brady booth. Yeah. By the way, according to DraftKings, 57% of coin toss bets come out tails. That's interesting.
Place your wagers now.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I read that wrong. 57% of coin toss bets are on tails.
Or on tails. But it doesn't necessarily mean
No.
it turns out tails.
Right. Okay.
Depends on the weight of the coin. Whose fat head is on the front?
Yeah. Grover,
Kinda weight of
Cleveland.
that. Holy cow.
So,
It's February 3rd, our 2-cent history lesson. Brought to you by our friends at Oakland Insurance.
Drew Goebel.
Do we want to do this before we talk to?
Well,
Rhonda?
we started. We should finish. Then we'll call Rhonda.
Yeah, we can edit this, right?
Sure.
Yeah, we're live. We don't edit anything. No. Okay.
Drew Goebel at Oakland Insurance, sponsor. Okay, yeah. 2 cent history.
National Carrot Cake Day today. Go ahead, have your carrot.
My wife
cake.
is very excited.
She likes carrot
She's
cake.
a carrot cake aficionado.
It's National Girls and Women in Sports Day
Okay.
today. National Patient Recognition Day. Hey, who's that guy?
I recognize you.
You owe me money. Sure I do, Dr. Moneybags. The Day the Music Died Day today. Of course, we talked about the last concert by Buddy Holly and the Big Bopper and Richie Valens. Today's the day the plane went down. We'll get to that in the 2 cent history lesson. 1690, the first paper money in America was issued in the colony of Massachusetts. That's the stuff we used to buy at Greenfield Village in the envelope.
Sure.
Had the see-through front.
And there's some guy in the back
With a Bunsen burner.
spilling like Coke on it to
It's a
color
made
the
in
paper.
China.
And then, it's authentic. You're like,
Yes, this is authentic colonial money.
Greenfield.
It was, you know what? I'll say this. If memory serves me right, it was pretty thick parchment
Yeah, right.
for the day. Now, today, it may be real thin stuff. 1913, the 16th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution. Go ahead. You can tell us what that is, John King.
Taxes, income
That's
taxes
right.
were made legal.
Yes. 16th Amendment. Allowing Congress to impose a federal income tax. Became law February 3rd, 1913.
Of course, people want to repeal that, obviously. No one wants to pay taxes, but kind of want to have a government. Anyway.
1979, the Blues Brothers went to number 1 in the U.S. album chart with a briefcase full of blues. What a fun movie that was.
Steve Cropper and Duck Dunn. Oh, sorry.
Come on. You going to go with that line?
Well, from the song.
That's
from the song.
One of the songs.
At the end of Soul Man.
Man.
Steve Cropper and Duck
But it's
Dunn.
like-
Yeah.
You got
Now,
half
from
it.
the movie. That's different. Now, my line from the movie.
All right, here we go. This is what I'm talking about. Lines from the movie.
This is the best line of the entire movie, by the way.
Have a tank of gas.
You got my cheese whiz, boy? And then he throws him the cheese whiz.
I thought we were on a mission from God.
Oh, they're great lines. But
right.
that's the one that stuck with me. You got my cheese whiz, boy?
United States in 2006, former Dynasty star and fan of Mike and John, Heather Locklear, filed for divorce.
Wow.
It says it right here. And fan of Mike and John.
Well, yeah.
Heather Locklear filed for divorce from Bon Jovi guitarist Richie Sambora after 11 years of marriage. She was previously married to Tommy Lee from Motley Crue. I think she's got a type, John. That's
It's not mine.
And 2012 on this day, federal prosecutors dropped their investigation of Lance Armstrong, ending nearly a 2-year effort aimed at determining whether the 7-time Tour de France winner and his teammates had participated in a doping program.
What?
They ended the investigation.
You're right. Clearly, nothing to it until it turned out.
Yeah, Lance doesn't have any more.
Yeah.
He's got a couple participation medals.
It
But
sure does.
that's all he's got left.
Yeah, and no Sheryl Crow either.
No, she dumped him too.
Yeah. So Tom
gonna
Brady
down
and
the
Lance Armstrong out on the field, ladies. Playing the field.
There you go. That's your 2 cent history lesson brought to you by Oakland Insurance. Call our friend Drew Goebel today. Whether it's metal insurance, business insurance, home insurance, life insurance. Drew Goebel's the guy to call.
Right. Or parchment insurance, whatever you need.
Yes, if you need your Greenfield Village old money insured, Drew can take care of you.
Drew Goebel, Oakland Insurance today, 248-647-2500.
They do not accept that money as payment.
No, I was going to
just so
say,
you know.
right, that's not going to work.
All right.
All right, let's give Rhonda a call. Of course, Rhonda from Torch 180. And today's their Equity Day pancake breakfast, so she might be busy. We talked to Adam Bransky
yeah, that's right.
yesterday.
You know, weren't we supposed to get pancakes?
Well, if we go over to Torch 180,
Well, I
we'll
thought we
get
were getting them
pancakes.
delivered, you know. No.
Maybe Adam could hop on his bike with his
Yes.
bike shorts
Pretend
and
he's-
deliver us some pancakes.
Pretend that he's Lance
it's-
Armstrong.
Yeah, sure. Oh, yeah. It's
All right,
not
let's
cold
give
or
Rhonda.
anything. Yeah, okay.
I know. Too cold to bike today.
Good morning. How
Hey,
you
Ron.
guys?
Good, Rhonda. How's the pancakes going?
You know what's funny is I totally forgot you guys are going to call. So the pancakes are going great.
We
Yeah.
get that often.
Yeah.
So today, and we talked about this yesterday on the show, the Equity Day pancake breakfast happening at Torch 180 today. And what's tell us about what's going on.
So basically, it's just going to be like they're just going to kind of come in when they're hungry, and we've got the peanut butter pancakes
Oh, man.
that were Rosa Parks' recipe, and so we've got those going. All kinds of breakfast meats cooking, eggs, fruit. I was actually just starting to brew coffee, and they're just getting here. It's getting ready to set up. They're going to start officially kick off at 8:00.
Awesome.
All right, I have to
but
ask
I think
about
between
the.
8 and 9 people just be coming. So what was that? I'm sorry.
I have to ask about the peanut butter pancakes. Now, is this the peanut butter? Is it in the mixture or is it slapped on top, like in lieu
It
of
is
butter or
mixed
sugar?
in.
Mixed in.
It is.
Okay, it's
It
part
is
of the
mixed
batter.
in. Yeah. The great Stephen Bearden actually whipped up that.
The
Batter
great
yesterday
Stephen
for us.
Bearden.
GSB. That's what they call them.
You mean
That's
GSB?
right.
GSB. Great
That's what
Stephen
we're calling
Bearden.
him from now on.
That's right.
GSB.
Say hi to GSB
Hey,
for us.
GSB. But,
Our students adore him. So yeah. So he was in here yesterday and he whipped up that pancake batter. So I'm
Now,
not exactly sure everything that's in it.
did he
I
have
was
his own
doing other
knives,
stuff.
like on his
I bet he
the
does.
knife belt
Yeah.
with him?
So you walk in and
He has
unroll it.
He has not brought them here.
He's got them. I know he
I'm
does.
seen
guessing
him.
He
does.
does.
Yeah.
He's probably got. You know what? I think he has a rolling pin that has his initials engraved on the handle.
Sure.
It says
It could
GSB.
be.
We have
I'm
fun.
gonna
No,
tell you what though, he is such a great guy. He is
No,
such a great
Stephen's
guy to have
great.
in the kitchen.
no,
He volunteers and Hank Valpel volunteers, and our students just respond so well to them. They just are learning so
Very
much
cool.
from them. So it's really cool.
yeah, no. Hank's
but
a
he
great
did the
guy.
pancakes.
Steven's a great guy, and so yeah, it's not a
Yeah.
surprise that they're pitching in over there at Torch 180.
Are they in the kitchen at the same time together?
No,
No.
different
Okay.
days.
I was going to say because there may be a power struggle in the kitchen when those two are together.
You
And-
just never would know.
No,
right?
no,
So
no, you
I'm
would
pretty
not.
smart about avoiding those things.
Now, I saw you post a video, I believe it was yesterday, of one of your students trying out the police burger.
Oh yeah, that was Gabe, and
Nice.
he decided to. We're going to change the name because
Okay.
people constantly are like, "What is it?" So it's actually the bacon, egg, and cheeseburger,
Okay.
and you can get it on a donut, on a glazed donut, or you can get it on a bun. And most people so far order it on the glazed donut.
Right, and Gabe
Believe it
seemed
or
to like it on the donut.
Gabe loved
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
He
This is a-
loved it.
This is a burger with eggs and bacon on a donut.
Yeah,
Yes.
like you cut a donut in
Yeah.
half and
Yeah, so
Yeah.
like a bagel, right? And
It's actually, yes, exactly, just like that, and then use that as the bun. Yep.
all right.
And it's really good, actually. It's a really good comment. I don't know I haven't had it with the donut, but it's really.
Do you have an AED on hand? Just in case you need to shock somebody back to life.
Yeah.
The heart attack burger.
it looks very delicious. And so we're into February, so we have a new menu, correct?
We do have a new menu starting next week because of February just started, so
Right,
we gave
right.
ourselves a little bit of extra time. So we're actually we're starting to really have our students guide our menu creation, and so we started with Elena, and she's our newest student and hire, and she gave us a lot of her favorite foods, and so we crafted the menu off of her favorites. And so we're going to have a chicken and rice soup, we're going to have a broccoli cheddar soup, and then we're going to do a turkey and Swiss and a ham and Swiss panini, and then a Michigan cherry salad. I believe that was the salad that they told me they were going to do.
You know what? Michigan cherries. We've been talking this morning about there's a
State aroma.
yeah, there's a legislator out in New Mexico who wants to designate roasted chili peppers as that state's official aroma. And we were wondering, what would Michigan's official aroma? You said Michigan cherries, and I'm like, you know
Maybe
what?
some with cherries. Yeah.
That's kind
Phil,
of.
they're good.
Any suggestions? I mean, we've heard Mackinac Island fudge,
Coney Islands.
Coney
Oh.
Islands.
I don't like
Pizza.
fudge, so
Okay.
that's not really my favorite.
Well, then someone also
But,
mentioned the road
yeah, who
fudge.
knows?
But, okay, yeah, Michigan cherries. Yeah, that's another good example. So
I'm going to get the hopper.
yes, it's time for us to draw out for a lunch for two at Torch 180 because we got to get Rhonda back to work over there.
I know
She
people
just
are
made
just
coffee.
looking at me right now.
All right, here we
She's
go.
just on the phone slacking.
Yeah, right. Come on, lady. All right.
I think that's just one.
Okay. Our winner for a lunch for two at Torch 180. Oh,
Easy for you to do. There goes the phone.
Rhonda,
you still there?
Hey, hang on. Hang on.
I don't think we still have Rhonda.
No, I think
Maybe
we do. We do. All right.
Oh, there-
Rhonda,
Rhonda?
you still there? Are you still there?
Yes.
Oh,
I
okay.
am.
there we go.
We dropped the phone.
Don't say we.
I know.
I'm not going to throw you under the bus. Everybody saw it.
Stupid camera. All right. Congratulations to Aaron Harmon. Aaron Harmon, you've won a lunch for two at Torch 180.
All right. Come on in anytime, Aaron.
Absolutely.
Congratulations.
All right, Rhonda, we are off next week, so we will talk to you right after Valentine's Day, the Friday after Valentine's
Sounds great.
Day.
All right.
Say hi to
All right.
everybody over
Thanks,
there.
guys.
All right. Thanks,
I
Rhonda.
will. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye.
Did you want to disconnect anything else? All right, I'm just kidding. All right, so as we mentioned, yeah, we're off next week and the Monday before Valentine's Day, but we'll be back on Valentine's Day. I believe Cougar is going to join us as well.
Absolutely. A special Tuesday appearance by Cooper.
And we are going to give away for Valentine's Day $500. So Valentine's money.
But
coming your
only
way.
for those people who join us on the live stream.
Just the live stream.
So you got to join us
starting at
live,
7 a.m.
and we'll have options
Yes, we will.
for
And
those live streamers.
write this down: 517-525-9052.
I already know that.
Be-
You said write it down.
Well, I'm talking to everybody else. Write it down because that's the Giggle line. And during the live stream, you're going to have that number to call us.
That's right.
To win. So you're going to have to call in during the live stream to win. We'll give you details on that on Valentine's Day.
And-
be watching on social media. We'll still have trivia during next week.
Right.
And we'll give you the answer the next morning. And that will be sponsored by Firehouse Stores.
Right.
OG sponsors of Mike and John Got It Going On.
And then we have our big announcement coming up about our new show sponsor.
That's right.
Right.
We have a new show sponsor.
Yeah, we have a new show sponsor. So when we come back on the 14th,
A lot of things to do.
yeah, we'll have a
lot
new
more going on.
show sponsor who, well, he's an old familiar face. That's what we call him.
I
Hey,
don't-
old familiar face.
I don't think his
Yeah.
face is that old. It's a
no,
familiar face.
it's younger than ours.
Yes, it
That's
is.
for sure.
Yeah.
So
we'll
yeah.
have details on that coming up too. As always, we appreciate you checking in, and that's going to do it for us today.
Oh, not quite yet,
Not yet.
fella.
I forgot.
Yeah. Don't be forgetting the folks at Murphy's Family Auto.
You knocked my phone off, and I forgot everything.
Yes, well, that's okay.
My
That's
memory
That's
went.
my fault as well. Murphy's Family Auto, of course, the place to go for all your auto repairs and vehicle maintenance needs. Since 2011, they have been specializing in car and truck care, engine and transmission work, electrical services, heating and cooling issues, brakes. What do we call that?
The whole shebang.
It's the whole
we
shebang.
call that.
Murphy's Family Auto, 517-552-3040.
Do you know how you can save money at Murphy's, John?
I believe if you say Mike and John sent me, or if you just burst in the door and go, Cougar!
You know what? They
Yeah.
might give you that discount.
They might give you more discount, actually. Murphy's Family Auto. Check them out online, murphysfamilyauto.com.
All right. Enjoy the weekend. We'll see you back here on Valentine's Day with $500 to give away.
Now, where are we going to get that $500?
Well, we got a week or so to find it.
We better get over to Pancake Day
There
at
you
Torch,
go.
and maybe we'll get some tips.
If you see us on a street corner with a cup in our hand,
right.
we'll wash your windshield.
All right, have a great week. We'll be back on Valentine's Day.
You've been giggling with Mike and John. Tune in next time and giggle on.